10,000 feet, y'all. Okay, check out that. You can't see the drop down there, but I'll show y'all more once we get there. Once we get to the more scenic views, but this is the I'm trying to hold it up so close on it. But the scenic drive here is absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna wait until we get to more scenic views. Now it's mostly just trees and I'm surprised how green they are. The greenery and I'm not sure if these are called aspens. I gotta check it out, but it's a lot of them on the ride here and also on a train ride as well. So yeah, I'll show what if it ain't not like any rails on either side? Like we have no rails on either side. There's nothing over here, nothing over there. We just been living dangerously. Wow, that is a drop, isn't it? That was a little drop here. We are going slow, which is good. This ride is actually 2 hours long, so I may have to do 2 videos because the first part of it is probably just this. A lot of the forest per se. So it looks like we did a little drop. I felt like it did a drop, but the scenic views coming here were absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna have to show y'all from this side, so I don't have to keep showing on the other side the people. And it's more snow here in Leadville and People Mountain on the way here. There's more snow and it's kind of loud, so I hope y'all can hear me. Sorry about that. I kind of ordered some food, some snacks and a drink. I ordered a veggie burger. I'm curious as to how it's gonna taste. I ordered a veggie burger, a drink, and some chips.
Tickets for me? Tickets? I got one back there, but there's the other one. All right, perfect.
Oh, thank you. There's the conductor. So here we go. Why is that heavy? I'm like that. So here, guys. Yeah, on this side we haven't really gotten to this scenic views yet. Oh wow. And this is a 2-hour train ride, so yeah, don't hold your breath. It's a long ride. This is really nice. I want to show y'all the other side. Yeah, mostly on this side is what we have. they're having, in our town, they're having like a New Year's celebration, like a big party. They're gonna have a DJ, fireworks, the whole 9 yards. So we came a little bit earlier, hoping there were no shows for the train ride so that we can get on an earlier ride. And we were lucky enough to do that. I had to upgrade to the lounge, in which I didn't know the difference when I booked the first time. Anyways, it was either the lounge, the coach, or I think the caboose. Ooh, crap. I can't switch my camera around. Not while it's recording, but hopefully we'll get it over on this side so I can show y'all. Okay, oh, I'm not trying to be so close in the camera, but I can't smile big over there, this camera all in my mouth. There we go. I can't wait to see the scenic views because the ride here was absolutely amazing. So. Electric heater in it. So I have two, and I have the snow jacket. So I have this thingy. apparel. So I gotta zip this stuff up. Just a minute. Oh wow, look at that view. Yeah, y'all still can't see it. There's a little bit. Can't see a whole lot. You pull that for me. You pull it, no, the zipper. Yeah. Thank you. Ooh, it's sweaty, y'all. This is a heated coach. I'm at lounge car. A heated lounge car. A heated lounge car.
Longest runner here in the United States, and the 45th in the entire world. It does sit at 1,469 miles long, and is mostly fed by snowmelt here in Leadville. Now, it normally does get quite a bit of snow. On average, you get around 200
I'm gonna stand up and see if I can give y'all some of this
and
view.
this does add to around 20 feet of snow. Now, due to our high altitude and intense sun that we have here in Colorado, we've not get 24 miles of snow in our yard. The intense heat with the elevation from the sky for snow does not really easy. Now, back in 2019, we actually did have a record-breaking year. We actually ended up getting 8 inches of snow in 3 days. Because of that year, there was quite a few avalanches that happened here in Colorado. In Colorado received almost 3,000 avalanches that winter alone. Our red line today, if you keep close up on the mountains, you may notice more avalanche chutes, which are where there are no trees and remain some dead trees along the sides of them. But because of our snow, Colorado does have a great ski season. And Leadville being in the center of the state, we are quite close to many different ski resorts. We are close to A Basin, Keystone, Fox Mountain, Cooper Mountain, Reginald, Aspen, and even 4 hours away is Purgatory down here in Durango. Colorado has produced the greatest average for winter season.
I want to get some views on our side.
Now, due to times we see animals on our train rides, we actually see deer every single day on our train rides. The deer we have up here in Colorado, known as the deer, and the deer usually identify the long ears. We also have some game animals. We have the elk that we see quite often during this time of the year. We also have black bears, but a lot of those we can hibernate for this winter. And one unique animal we have here in the Leadville area is the moose. And moose are the every man has a chance to moose do live here year round, and they can hang around if they want to. The moose we have here, however, is a species. Are you guys with them? Okay, are you guys with them? Okay, so I'm together.
We're with them.
Go outside.
Is it just the two of you guys?
We're with them.
How many people? 4?
Everybody
Do you guys
go
want a
into
family
the third
picture?
car outside.
Yeah.
Where are you going to take it?
Where? Well, I don't know where your other people are.
At the end
Do you guys just want to walk over to the kids so we don't have to move the kids?
And if you get lucky, you may see a couple.
Or you want me to bring the kids over here?
How you gonna take the picture?
So I'll just have you guys all stand in the aisle.
Y'all got hold on. I'll take a picture. I'll be back.
Just let me know.
Cars to the outside car. You're gonna get
Yes, I was moving.
Hang
It's
out
lovely.
there. Everybody's gotta get suited up to the outside.
I didn't get it. He didn't understand it either.
She's taking a couple more pictures. As soon as she's done taking a picture, we'll head forward over there.
Perfect. And then I'll meet you guys on the outside cart. Are y'all
All right.
moving now? Looks like we got everybody
Yeah,
out.
we're good.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna take three. Okay, take turns over.
Damn, look at that. Show y'all the view. All the mountain views are over there.
I'm gonna squeeze around you guys. Sorry.
And then did you guys listen to what I said too?
You guys up for it?
I figured it out.
Now as we come into this area, we're entering into one of the many gulches here.
Coming through.
A wooden trestle. Now for those of you who do not know what a wooden trestle is,
2-hour train
it's
ride.
made for trains, so it's built of wood.
2
Now we don't have
hours.
any wooden trestles anymore up in the mountains, as they are extremely difficult to maintain up here due to the heavy snow that we normally get. And if you
Alright.
get towards the edge of the train,
You
may
got
notice
excellent.
a
So I'm gonna
small
go do theirs, and if you want one on the way back, just let me know.
Huh? Listen.
The kids?
No worries. Mountain, and it's actually not one of Colorado's 54 frontiers. It actually stands at 13,701 feet above sea level. As we come up to it, you may notice that there's one of these burnt stars on the mountain. And that's actually due to a fire that happened here back in 2012. Now our train had actually began its morning run, just like this one that you were on today.
I'm trying to get a view while they gonna take pictures.
And we discovered that the fire had started. Well, the fire, excuse me, the forest fire team came up and they did have the two points off the mountain. We would end up leaving our train up here on the mountain for in an area known as Devil's Tail Tangent for 10 days as they fought the fire.
Those are scenic views on the other side. We coming up on some more. They went to go take pictures. So
After a few minutes ago, we were around the corner and we'll end up feeling our train slowing down. That's because we're entering into a short section of our rail line today, which is known as Bird's Eye Gulch. And that curve is known as Bird's Eye Curve. This curve is so sharp that because of railroad regulations, no longer allows for the rail line to be sharp for standard gauge engines. It is also so sharp that both our engine and the caboose will be able to see each other for a brief moment. It is a great spot for the observation deck, so I do recommend folks going out there if you would like to. Now, if you see that turn on the downhill
you
side
can
of
go
the
in the
train,
caboose.
but if you look on the uphill side of the train, you will get a better shot of Treasure Vault Mountain, and you will also see how close that fire got to our train that day in 2012.
There go a little view. Oh, it's going too fast. We gotta wait for another one.
That was that big party. They were 20 years old. That was sitting in our.
It's me.
Did you get anything else, or is this the rest of this is for your kids?
Oh, the veggie burger.
The veggie burger, that's still coming. But yeah, the Sweet Tea Mountain View, and then all of this is for that.
Yeah. Thank you. We don't really have any views on the other side right now, but we are going around a tight curve, so they slow
So you
down.
will get that shot of the engine and the caboose from the downhill side of the train here in about a minute or two.
Huh?
you look in the gulch down below, you may notice some old wires. Those are actually telegraph wires. They were used up here to relay information, as we used to have a section up here called section houses. Now, section houses are where some men who like to live up here year round to help maintain the line, or it was a freight and passenger line. Those telegraph wires were very useful to relay information. As a safety for folks that are following the race up, as you recommend keeping a close eye on your phones, as we do not want you dropping them off the side of the tray.
Look, we got a view.
Now, some of you may have heard our engineer blow his horn. Well, that's not because our engineer Thomas likes to blow his horn, but no more.
There's gotta be some more.
It's actually because we crossed a four-wheel drive road. And
Hold on.
regulations that we do blow at every single crossing. Now, at the beginning of our journey today, folks, I did mention that we will be going around Prospect Mountain. And as of right now, we have actually completed that journey, as Prospect Mountain does sit between us and Leadville. You may also have heard me use the phrases standard gauge and narrow gauge. When I reference gauge, I'm actually talking about the distance of the metal rail lines on our track. Now, our line is a standard
Here
gauge,
comes some more
and standard
views,
gauge
y'all.
is at 4 feet 8.5 inches. However, this line used to be a narrow gauge, and our narrow gauge would sit at a 36-inch gauge. The narrow gauge is a much narrower line for those traversing the dangerous mountain regions. And you traverse the curves and the grades of steepness much better than a standard engine does. Now, this line was converted to standard gauge back in 1943.
They came back from their picture taking.
Climax line, which is at the top of Fremont Pass. Now, back when Leadville was such a boom town, there was actually no efficient way
They came back from taking their pictures. So,
but you had to come in at that time.
oh look.
And they were working very hard to build their railroad.
I'm gonna show y'all how we're going around the curve.
Not the least of these, the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande was sticking to Leadville on the south. And they would end up building lines up into the mountains. The other railroad company that really wanted in on Leadville's legendary riches was the Denver South Park and Pacific Rail Line. So the South Park would end up paying a track usage fee to use the Rio Grande's line instead of building their own. However, over the years, they would not stay true to paying those usage fees. This would end up causing these two railway companies to become bitter railroad rivalries. If you're a fan of old westerns and you've seen the movies with train robberies, those were actually things that did happen on this rail line. There would be shootouts on the trains as the two companies tried to sabotage each other. And there would be a line that would go back behind the scenes dealing.
Ooh, sorry y'all.
Now, eventually, the Supreme Court would have to get involved.
I guess that's it for a minute.
Well, after the legal battle was settled, the South Park did say enough is enough. And they would decide to build a line of
I'm gonna bring y'all back up.
starting construction in 1881.
Oh wow, look.
fungus and algae. And we do have a lot of color variations of it.
Oh, look.
There's black, orange, red, and green. A lot of the ones you'll see are black and orange. When you got the fun to remember it. Fungus and algae started to get together and they started liking each other. But after all, he wasn't a fun guy. The last of my judged the relationship was on the box. Baghdad joke for there, yeah. Never going to be on the downhill side of the terrain. You can see a great shot of the Arkansas River Valley below. And if you look to your left, you will see a great shot of Mount Max, branded perfectly between the mountain walls. Now, as you look down on the valley floor, you may also notice an old bed. That rail bed is the blue line extension of the Rio Grande, going up toward the city of Zipman and the surrounding mining camps. Now, you may be wondering why this line is all the way up here on this mountain line. Well, that's actually due to the legal battle between the Rio Grande and the South Park. Because of the legal battles, the Rio Grande refers the South Park to at least 700 yards away from their rail line. So they were able to get here all the way up the mountainside, and they were named this line the High Line for apparently obvious reasons.
Look at that.
Now, as I mentioned before, the two companies were definitely not on the best of terms with one another. And the South Park took the legal battles and did nothing for the first 120 miles of this line out of Denver to the city of Leadville. And when they got to Leadville, they did begin to move towards Leadville. When the Rio Grande realized that the South Park actually had a shot at finishing their line, they agreed to their half the joint operations agreement. This would then force a 6-month deadline on the South Park, as they would have to finish their train by February 6th of 1884. And to make matters worse, they would have to do it over the most treacherous parts of the mountains, and they would even have to do it in the dead of winter. Now, I can't imagine where that's the rail line. But we do another few tracks with members on our train today, and they've actually told me how difficult it is, even using machinery.
Let's see, y'all.
Now, these men would have to come and do it by hand.
I'm gonna cut it
In the middle
off.
of the winter, they would have forced blues over 30 men just to lay this ring of line.
It's been 30
Now,
minutes.
South Park did pull
I
off
might
the
bring y'all back
process,
up.
and they would actually
Alright.
finish this rail line into Leadville
Right
on
now?
February 5th of 1884, one
That's
day
it.
before their deadline was due. Now, however, they did finish the line. No operations would begin until September of that same year. And that is due to the heavy snow that they did receive.
Hold up.
They did get
We may have
operations
a
up
view
and
coming
running
up
again
over
back
here.
in September. The South
Not
Park
much,
line
but-
eventually run out. You see, the South Park line is owned by the Union Pacific Railway Company, and this was the most indirect route into Denver from Denver and Dillon. The Union Pacific would then raise their freight prices just a little too high, and would force all the business going down to the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande would actually own 90% of all the business going into Leadville. And because of this, it would force the Union Pacific to declare bankruptcy. They would sell their line to the Burlington Northern Railway Company in 1879, thus ending the bitter rivalry between the Rio Grande and the South Park.
I'm trying to get those people out here. I'm about to cut this off. I'm gonna bring y'all back up later.
Does Jack have a hot chocolate?
Gulch. Here in the Gulch, you may actually notice a lot of wires through the trees. Those wires are not power lines, telephone wires, or even telegraph wires. They're actually zip lines. And that zip line company that owns this line is going to be the Top of the Rocky Zip Line Company. And here on the downhill side, you should see the Leadville. And that is one of the highest jumps you'll have in the line. Now we do a joint run with the zip line company, and you are able to ride the zip line and the train on the same day. And during the runs, you actually get the chance to zip line over a moving train, which is actually one of the only zip line companies that does so in North America. We do actually have two here in Colorado.
I don't have your veggie burger yet, but I do have one of your drinks.
I can't show it to y'all because they came back. They came back and taking their pictures, so I can't show y'all the view. I'm waiting on my veggie burger. I'm trying to wait before I drink my drink. I can go to the caboose, but that's a
the engine and the tanker car behind him not so lucky. That engine would crash out into the washout, and it would cause the Northern Railroad Company to lose $45,000 just to pull it out.
Put their pictures like on
That
that.
has a contract around the The engineer would push the engine a little too hard, and it would derail once again. This would end up costing them an extra $45,000. We do have photos of these accidents in our box car and a concession car, if you would like to take a look at them. The engine was eventually restored to back to use in Lincoln, Nebraska. It was put back into service shortly after. That has become up to the line of our boat. This is in fact what our journey will end today. About 42 hours on its head. If you do some fun up the line, you would actually have to summon a 3-mile pass. And there you can see the that was about 8, 9, made by name Orchard on the planet podcast model. And each document gold or silver, you would have chocolates of order another one when you come not knowing what this was. We would go to the asset. 1800s. However, 16 years later, the material will be known as molybdenum.
Wow.
That's what it was a little hard to say, so we just call it moly for short.
It's
The moly is a
nice.
steel hardener, and Charlie wouldn't have had a whole lot of use for that back in the late 1800s. However, once that was discovered, the mine would be putting out
We have a little
$30,000
decor right
an hour.
here.
Since things did not get all the way to the World Wars, it was a great use during those time periods. And they decided to expand in the 1860s. They would bring 208 tons of explosives to the Climax mine, and when they set that off, the ground shook. So much so that it registered a 2.9 on the Richter scale 100 miles away in Golden, Colorado. The mine would then close, unfortunately, in 1980 due to the recession of that time. And the village of Northland would have two options. They would either abandon this line, which means tearing it all up, or they could sell the line. Well, a Leadville company in 1987 would come to them and they would say, let's make a deal. That Leadville company was Ken and Stephanie Olson. And they would buy this line as well as 2 engines, 4 boxcars, 5 cabooses, the thousands of rail ties, spike and line, and the 14 miles we rode on today for the amazing price of $10. That's right, folks, you're riding on a $10 train today. Now, Ken does get on the train every single morning to help us out. He will tell you that that is the most expensive $10 he's ever spent. They started preparing this lot back in 1987, and by Memorial Weekend of 1988, we did open our doors for operations. We have been running every single year since, and for the last 5 years, we've been doing this winter tour you're on today. We do thank you guys for joining us. Now, as I'm looking on the side of the tracks, I do see that there's a sleigh. Well, the engineers told me that Mrs. Claus is on board today, and she has some goodies for you good girls and boys on the train today.
Yay.
Would you guys like to have Mrs. Claus on the train today?
Yay!
All right. Well, I'll let the engineer know. Now, folks, I do not have a speech on the way down the mountain today, but I will be walking around to answer any questions or punch any tickets that I may have missed. Thank you again for joining us today on the Leadville, Colorado and Southern, and I will see you all shortly.
You just have to around. You gotta go back around. We are at a standstill. We are almost an hour to the ride.
Now we go back.
Cheeseburger and a brat. Veggie burger for you.
My veggie burger. My veggie burger. This is fun.
So a bunch of stuff basically that's kind of what we've been
Question for you.
I'm trying to take my veggie burger. How to potato. I got a veggie burger.
Gotcha. So, I can take that back from you.
Looks like the veggie burgers on. They still in Walmart. I'm just glad they got it. We are moving. We're going back. What the wood? What the wood? Oh, so go one way and then go back. I thought we were gonna go around.
Creativity of the Colorado made a lot of things that were like that. So we're going. Like I just saw like
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to get off here so I can finish this veggie burger. I got something on my nose. So I'm going to end this so I can enjoy these scenic views once again.